Hi guys, welcome back to Where the Gnomes Live. Finally, a Friday update. It's been so long since I've put one of these up. I have been so busy. I've added lots. Just today, I added onto this tree here, and I'm going to actually show you what it looked like before in a few minutes here. I just want to give you the updates, and I'm going to show you how I added this on, and also how I added some more bark up here. So you can see how I do these things, how I add more texture and add on to the bark after it's already done. Because these trees were done, painted, had moss on them, and then I decided to add more bark to them. So coming up in the next video tutorial will be how I put these windows together. Give me a little bit of time to do that because there's a couple of little kinks that I want to work out. So it takes a little bit of time for me to do that. So, since the last time we've done one of these updates, there has been so much added here. I'll show you the other side of this room in a second. I added onto this room here. Now usually sitting here is my tree with the bridge. I just took that out so I could work. That tree with the bridge is removable on purpose so I can do this kind of thing. So I can work over here. You can see there's a new little structure coming here. I will show more of that later. It's just totally messy right now. I'll just show you this part here. So this is new. The windows are new. The bridge is new. And there's stairs behind there. Those are new. And then my wonkies. Lots of you saw that story I posted on my blog. Do not disturb the wonkies. And there they are. Hanging upside down in there. So since my last update, I've pushed through these tunnels. So this tunnel here, I pushed through here, and now you can get right through to the other side, cross that bridge and into this tree over here. And then on this side, I pushed through this tunnel. This wasn't here before. So we used to walk up these stairs, and there was just a wall here that I painted black, and it looked like it was a tunnel, but it really wasn't until when was it, 2 weeks ago I think I pushed through finally. So you can see right through to the other side there. And then my wonkies are hanging upside down. You guys all saw Johnny last week. Johnny's my little red poison dart frog there. He's on my blog if you haven't seen him. I'll post some links in the comments below. So on this side, I added this room here. There was a little room, and it was too small, so I knocked out a wall. There was a wall right here. Knocked it out and extended it this way. So I'm still working on it, but I put the stone floor in there. So my camera's about to die, so I'm going to take this as my cue to start up the next clip, which is going to be before I added on this bark here. So it was earlier today, a number of hours ago, before I added on the new bark. So let's take a look at that. Alright my friends, I'm going to stop and show you something that I don't think I've ever really shown on video before, although I've explained it a number of times in conversations with you. When my bark is all done and painted, and I've even added moss, sometimes I will have to add more bark on top, just like here. This is in the tape phase. It's soon to get paper towel. And over here is just a tin foil, or the aluminum foil, sorry, that I've hot glued in place, and now I'm going to add the tape on top. And I've done this a number of times on this tree already. This knot hole here, this broken off branch piece here, I did that after my tree was already done. This little piece here was added on after. I wanted to frame in this little bridge here a little bit more, so you can't even tell. I can do this as many times as I want, and you'll never see where the new bark starts and the old bark ends. You just will never be able to tell, because of the way I blended it in. So now that I'm going to add my tape on here, I've already done it here, I'm going to get my paper towel, dip it in glue. I'm going to make sure I overlap it quite a bit onto this bark that doesn't have any tape. Because this is only hot glued in place, remember, so that could come off eventually. So we want to make sure that all the edges are overlapped and sealed in. And then I can go ahead and paint it, and you'll never be able to tell. Even with the clay bark, you can do the same thing. These colors, really, you can blend those in. So I ended up adding a little bit more there. And now that I've done this, I was looking at my stairs here, and I realize I don't really like this layout with the doorway around the corner. So I'm actually going to change that while I'm at it, because it's not going to take me very long. I want the doorway to be right here actually. So I'm going to change the look of this tree a little bit. And I'm not going to do that on camera because all it is foil and tape and paper towels. I'm just going to fill this in with foil and then be adding my door here. And that will solve a lot of my problems with that door disappearing there. So I think that was a great decision to add on to this tree. Look at all that added depth and texture, interest. Oh, that looks so much better. So I haven't yet decided how I'm going to finish off the interior, if I'm going to put a door right there, or put it inside, or put it on the side. I haven't decided. So I just painted it black so I didn't have to see paper towel in there. And then I added some shelf mushrooms. I just made those with polymer clay. This is so much fun, how it just kind of sets in between here. Then I added more of those shelf mushrooms. I started adding moss and then I stopped because I realized I wanted to show you that you can't really tell where I started and stopped with that new bark and the old bark. Alright my friends, we're going to end the video here, but before I go, I've decided I'm going to put this video into a blog post, and that way I can give you a link list. I do have tutorials available for you that would keep you busy all weekend. I have tutorials on shingles, how to do these little tiny mushrooms. I have a blog post, not a video, but a blog post on how to make my little wonkies. I've explained step by step how to make those. I do have a blog post talking about Johnny and ADHD. That's an interesting post if you have or know of anybody with ADHD. And what was the other one? Oh yes, how to do the bark. I have tutorials on how to do paper bark and also how to do the clay bark and how to paint them. So I do have instructions on how I do the painting. And remember the window tutorial is coming, and I'll probably be putting up a tutorial on these shelf mushrooms as well. Alright my friends, it's Friday night, so I'm going to wish us all a very happy, beautiful, and creative weekend. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you super soon.